afternoon. It's Game 3, Day 1. Dust Devil 2019. We are going to see Humboldt Roller Derby, the Redwood Rollers, up against Foco Roller Derby, the Foco Micro Bruisers. My name is Party On Bar.
And my name is Thrash Panda.
Playing security to the booth. Actually, we go through the boxes in just one. We are under 20 seconds to
Start. How's it going, Thrash?
It's going pretty good. I've been a medic all morning, and I'm happy to put my announcer hat on.
Pulling all the weight, busted tail out there.
It's been a real good day. No injuries. I like it.
Shh! Don't go telling nobody. On the jammer line for Humboldt, number 26, Atreyu versus number 98, 98 pounds of steel for Foco. Inside line, Atreyu picking up lead jammer, Humboldt Roller Derby. 98 working the front side, able to avoid the block out. Both jammers in scoring position.
And Humboldt's going to call that off, and I believe they did not manage to freeze. Looks like they went ahead and got 2 points.
So a nice move there by 98 pounds of steel for Foco, able to put 1 point up without lead. On the jammer line, number 420, Hot Bop, up against 691. And we'll find out who that is in just a moment.
Oh, 591. That's Boss Mama.
Boss Ma'am.
Boss Ma'am.
Yeah, there we are.
Boss Ma'am.
Boss Ma'am, all right. And it looks like lead for Humboldt again. So 2 for 2 so far.
Boss Ma'am is struggling in the back there with a very aggressive wall. She has pulled the panty, and they're going to recycle her.
Looks like a multiplayer block, going to send a Foco blocker to the box. And this is going to be a power jam for Foco, for Boss Man. Saw a forearm penalty called.
So we've got a panty on the ground, but it's been recovered.
So no lead. We're going a full 2 minutes on this jam.
Boss Ma'am is coming around for her first scoring pass. Oh, nice hit there at the outside. It's going to take her back.
The Humboldt blockers setting up in basically a cube. All 4 blockers holding. Little offensive help comes in from 103.
And we have both jammers back in the game.
All the blockers set up on turn 4, just a mashup of sorts.
A lot of bodies. And it looks like it's now going to be a power jam for Humboldt.
So Humboldt able to pick up lead jam, pick up 4 points. No lead jam again because of the penalties, but it's going to be a power jam for Hot Rock. Hot Ball coming through, turn number 3, just knocked down.
Nasty hit there, and that's going to end it with 2 minutes.
So it looks like an out-of-play block called. And going through the rosters for Humboldt. Humboldt Roller Derby, number 2, Bianca Swagger. Number 21, Zombie Stardust. Number 218, Purple Sticky Punch. 222, Too Legit. 239, Nacho Amy Gum. 26, Atreyu. 37, Catastrophe. Number 4, Ferocious Dimples. Number 420, Hot 423, Peaches and Scream. 44, Rotten Tulicore. Number 5, PK Roland. 6, Barium. 700, Sprocket Rocket. Number 80, Mod Behavior.
All right, looks like the offense for Humboldt was not doing a great job to get their jammer out, but she did kind of do it on her own. And we're back up to both strengths for jammers on both teams.
So it looks like Sprocket Rocket out there had the power start, took advantage, picked up the lead. Boss Mam's back out of the box. Passes initial. Habak picks up the points, calls off the jam. Sprocket Rocket, 4 points on the board. Humboldt. Timeout, Foco.
All right, and so we'll do the roster for Foco. We got number 04, Wonder Woman. 103, Shannibal Lecter. 138, Unchained Milady. 20, Dead Zeppelin. 26, Mikasa B. Blazin. Number 317, Majestic. 44, Jude E. Baum. 520, Slowly But Surely. Love that name. Let's go on. 529, Downtown Stabby. 591, Boss Ma'am. 611, Kurt Cobain. 619, Huckleberry Spin. 651, Chippy Tooth, or Chippa Tooth. 96, The Captain, Jacqueline Hyde. And 98 Pounds of Steel.
So it looks like that team timeout did actually turn into an official review. So an official review by Poco. And on the jammer line for the next gen, we see Too Legit for Humboldt in black and Wonder Woman in blue.
During warm-up, I saw Wonder Woman doing some really awesome spins. So I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to put out there.
Don't give her any ideas. As somebody who has a Mike Myers-esque inspired derby name, I approve of Wonder Woman.
Whoa, man.
She took my cap. Anyway.
She stole my cat?
All right, so it looks like the official review is finished. And it looks like Sprocket Rocket is headed to the box.
So it's going to be a power jam start for Poco. And they do capture lead. Nice little work on the outside there.
So the Poco defenders setting up in a passive defensive position. We've got a tripod +1 for Humboldt. Knocked out of bounds. Just a moment there by Wonder Woman knocked out. Able to come back in. Passes through. 4 points on the board. Poco.
And unfortunately, the offense didn't really do a great job there, but the Jammer just did it themselves.
Wonder Woman approaching, a little bit of offensive help there again for the tripod. Just knocked out at the last minute. That looked like number 44, Rotten Tula Core with a knockout.
And we are back up to full strength for both teams.
Woman approaching to the center, coming outside. There we go. 4 points for Poco. Humboldt working. Sprocket Rocket's able to get out. So our initial pass, everybody's in scoring position. Push by Wonder Woman.
And it's called off. But I think it was too old.
So no, it doesn't look like it was a call-off. However, there was a penalty against Wonder Woman at the last moment there. So this looks like this is going to be a power start. Nope, never mind. I thought I heard black, not blue, but I'm way out of position there.
Humboldt will be starting with one in the box.
This is why you always want to be careful about which number you pick, because you sound like somebody else. Look like number 222, Too Legit on the line in black for Humboldt, up against Chippa Tooth, 651.
Oh, very sneaky. Use those toe stops on the inside there.
Too Legit just knocked out of bounds to the inside, but the whole pack was moving forward somewhat. Didn't fall behind any blockers, able to pick up lead.
But Humboldt is down 2 blockers. Now Humboldt is down 3 blockers. Humboldt has 1 blocker out there, so this is going to be a nice, seemingly easy scoring pass. But that 1 blocker is hit. She's picking up the whole lane there.
Never easy. Chippa Tooth having to work for it. Just come through. 4 points on the board. Both teams, Too Legit and Chippa Tooth.
Oh, a little jammer action there.
Chippa Tooth
Just a work for Too Legit.
Fantastic move by Too Legit. Turned just in time, put a shoulder block in. But Chippa was able to recover, pushing for 1 more. Zombie Stardust, the final blocker. Pushes through. 4 points on the board.
It looks like Chippa lost a piece of her gear there.
And that's the jam.
Hey!
Chippa picking up a knee pad. On the jammer line, looks like number 98 pounds of steel, up against number 5, PK Rowland in black. And with that, it's jam. Looks like Poco 23, the Redwood Rollers of Humboldt 22.
Nice tight game so far.
1 point lead. PK Rowland trying to add to that. Picks up lead. Good outside toe stop work. They're able to spring loose.
We had a penny pass for Foco.
So it looks like number 520 slowly but surely takes over.
Oh, I think she squeaked it.
2-0.
She did. She got some.
On the jammer line, number 26, Atreyu, up against 591, Bossman. Atreyu working the inside line, just able to avoid the final block push. Picks up lead for Humboldt.
Definitely didn't get caught in the quicksand there.
Atreyu approaching.
Oh, apex jump and a call out.
Nice control on the apex jump coming from turn 1 to almost the middle between 1 and 2. 4 points on the board, 1 point on Purple.
I actually did my first successful apex jump during a jam
Ooh.
last Sunday. It was very impressive.
Congrats. On the jammer line, in black, number 42, Hot Bob. In blue, number 04, Wonder Woman.
All right, looks like both cameras decided to take the inside.
Hot Bob.
Mixed results.
Yep, Hot Bob pushed outside by the Foco tripod. Wonder Woman able to pick up the Foco.
And a successful painting pass. Star pass.
Rotten to the forward. Now the jammer for Humboldt. Wonder Woman putting 4 points on the board. Calls the jam. So with that 4 points there, that puts a Foco up 4 points, 30-26, going into jam number 9. On the jammer line, looks like Chippa-Tooth versus Sprocket Rocket.
Definitely want to give a shout out to our second ref team here. Couldn't do it without him.
Got Crew 2 out there. Very nice.
It's Crew Bravo.
Which one?
Crew Bravo. All right, both teams are now up to full strength. And not for much longer. Foco's going to be down a blocker.
So it was good work there by Sprocket Rocket, able to push the Foco blockers forward while the Humboldt blockers stayed back a little bit with the Foco block jammer. But it caused a split pack. Somebody gets called on instruction, heads to the box. Nice move to the outside. 4 points on the board, Humboldt. Nice physical jam. Outside line was open. All the blockers were set up just before turn number 3. So good set of blocking. Springs the 4. Brings us to 34 Foco, 30 Humboldt.
And Foco's going to be starting without the pivot.
On the jammer line, Bossman versus Too Legit. Blockers moving forward toward the pivot line this time, different from what we're normally seeing, where they're coming to the pivot line and coming back. Works real well. Too Legit takes a toe stop move on turn 1, picks up lead.
Definitely in Too Legit's favor there. Both teams are now up to full strength as Bossman gets recycled to the back.
Bossman knocked out twice now, gets some offensive help from the returning pivot from the box. Too Legit with the toe stop on lane 2, 4 points on the board. Bossman pushing against the front side of the Humboldt defenders.
Looks like Foco's going to be down 2 blockers.
2 blue jerseys coming from either direction into the penalty box. Too Legit comes through. 4 points on the board, almost by the side of the thumb. Wondering how 5 was there. Nope, that was me. Pack advantage. Too Legit takes advantage, puts 4 more on the board.
That was so 2018 of you, Mark.
Pile up on turn 3. Too Legit was amazed. Yep. Too Legit was amazed how open that lane 1 was. In the Foco, it's just harder trying to protect when you have fewer blockers out.
Bossman, I believe, still on initial. getting a lot of, and she does break free.
So the Star Stash helps this spring. But last time, yeah, that was just physical, just pushing through her. Julia getting the call, calls off the jam. 16, there's going to be 2 more 18-point jam. So that brings the score to 48 for Humboldt, 34 for Foco. If you're keeping track, take a drink. That's a lead change. 98 pounds of steel, PK rolling on the jam.
I believe this is the first time we've seen these two jammers face off.
Foco defenders taking the jam line. Humboldt coming back. PK testing right to the left. 98 pounds trying to push forward. PK barely knocked out of bounds at the last moment. Recycles back.
This Foco block definitely giving everything they've got right now.
98 pounds wisely just yielded the cut, coming back in bounds. So a little bit of a breakup of the pack now as the Humboldt blockers headed to the box. Foco's jammer, 98 pounds at the back. Waterfall and picking up blockers. PK rolling, trying to push blockers forward for Foco. Pack split.
The bridge for Foco is definitely working overtime here. But they are unable to keep the Humboldt jammer in. So PK rolling does get out and now has lead.
It looks like we got I heard a couple whistles there, so I think we may have an out of pay. Didn't see the hand signal. And all kinds of penalties. Now we get a low block penalty. That's going to send PK rolling to the box. 2-minute jam.
Foco does go on the power jam, but Humboldt is back up to full power while Foco is down 2 blockers.
98 pounds pushing, trying a little offensive help coming. 98 moving lateral, lane 4. Back toward the inside, toward 1, back to the outside line. Knocked out of bounds at the last moment by Zombie Stardust.
Yep, that's going to be a cut. Sending the jammer to the box. 98 steel going to the box. And we're going to do a jammer swap right now.
Good move by Zombie Stardust there. Just a little bit back of the hips. Just roll back slowly, drew the track cut. PK rolling back on the track, taking on Foco blockers. Multiplayer block called. So PK Rollins able to break out 4 points on the board. Humboldt.
As a jammer, you got to be really careful because you might look back and see that player behind you. You think you got him beat, but they actually had you beat.
2-minute jam, 4 points on the board. Props to the defenses there, holding strong the whole 120 seconds.
Several jammer spots there.
Timeout, Foco. All right, and as we take that team timeout, want to go ahead and let everybody know inside the building. Number 1, if you're not in the building, you should be. Shame on you. If you are here, we're raffling off 2 RollerCon MVP passes, the gold standard in roller derby.
That is a hot ticket item.
As 2 hot ticket items. Love it. MVP passes, take classes from the best skaters, plus RollerCon, what, I believe 6 tracks, I think, this year?
Yeah. It's a different venue. Just down the road.
What is it, 4 rule sets they said? I think it's going to be a short track set also.
Oh, I can't wait to do that.
All right. Most importantly, 24-hour pool in lovely Las Vegas, Nevada. All right, so on the jammer line, we have Atreyu in black for Humboldt on the power start.
And 98 pounds for Foco is going to start in the box.
Atreyu pushing forward, inside lines open. That curve is so hard to defend when the pack's moving speed. Atreyu able to take advantage, picks up lead.
Definitely made it look easy.
Atreyu reapproaching, attacks the braced tripod. Back in bounds, knocked out, recycled just about 2 feet. Hop, skip, guess who's back on the track? 98 pounds. Whichever
The Foco tripod is definitely staying very loose, but very effective.
Fantastic toe stops by Atreyu. And Atreyu is able to stay inbounds and draw the forearm penalty against the blocker. 4 points on the board for Humboldt. 98 pounds on the backside. The Humboldt blockers were holding off the star pass, but it is successful now.
I'll tell you what, that is one of my favorite things in the whole world. If I'm in the back and I can keep that star pass from happening, I'll do it all day.
Just watching a jammer flailing with the star in their hand.
Oh, yeah.
2 points on the board. Humboldt calls off the jam, so that's going to be a 6-point jam. Going to jam 13, we have Humboldt County 58, Foco 34. On the jammer line, Sprocket Rocket in black for Humboldt against Wonder Woman in blue for Foco. Both tripods just moving. This is something I'm seeing a lot of today. These tripods are not staying stagnant. They're able to slide left and right. Great movements. There's lead. Humboldt, Rocket Sprocket. Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman able to sneak around on the outside.
Nice work with the offensive help there. It was a good sweep that sprung her. Wish I had the blocker's numbers. I apologize for you now. Want to give you your props there. 4 points on the board, though. That's the jam. It's the hardest thing as an announcer. I want to call out everybody who does a good move, but half the time after it's happened, I don't know which skater I was looking at because I couldn't see their number before the play.
It's because Derby happens just too fast.
I'm telling you, props to
Too
our
much
refs.
excitement.
All the credit to the officials on that. 651 Chip-a-Tooth up against 420 Hot Dog. Humboldt knocked all the way back. Recycled back about 20 feet behind the pack. Chip-a-Tooth pushing forward. Out of play block's going to send the Foco pivot to the box. Chip-a-Tooth pushes forward, gets the out of play. Lead jammer.
Looks like this one's going to be a hit it, quit it.
Both jammers approaching.
Oh, both are definitely going to score on this one.
4 points, 2 points. 2-point advantage to Foco.
4 and 3.
4 and 3, excuse me. Big hit there on turn number 3. I'm amazed everybody popped up the way they did. Much tougher than I am. On the jammer line in blue, 98 pounds. On the jammer line in black, Too Legit. Too legit to quit. Hey, hey.
So far, I have seen no quit out there.
Way more fight out there.
Yes, it's so legit.
Too Legit fighting against the Foco defenders on the jammer line. Just lane 3, lane 4, lane 1, nothing's open. They're sliding around so well. 98 pounds just running straight into the tripod.
Yeah, this is not a jam for the maneuvers. This is a jam where they are just trying to push through. Both teams are now back up to full strength.
There we go. There's our lead jammer, Too Legit. Got to give credit to the set of blockers here. We've got a great spot here to be able to see the straightaway. These blockers are blocking to the line. So it's not just that they're getting their skates there and their hips are staying inside. They are putting their whole body up against the lines, giving the jammers a fit.
Absolutely. Tucson knows how to set up their area.
Yeah, this is a nice spot behind turn number 4. Star pass was successful for Foco. Handed off the start of number 520 slowly but surely, but jam was called off in time. PK Rowland versus Boss Ma'am on the jammer line.
Now this is a jammer setup that we have seen before, and I believe it went to PK Rolling last time.
It is possible. We've got all 80 wheels on the track, so RollerCon penalty box is free. PK Rowland, like you said, lead jammer on this one. Boss Man trying to take advantage of just blockers everywhere. Able to use some of her own, and initial pass. PK Rowland now approaching, going for points. Direction penalty called.
And PK Rowland's going to stop it before Boss Man's going to be able to score.
So great pressure by Boss Man. Keeps it at 2. Smart move, though, by PK to call off the jam. Only 2 points on, 0 for Humboldt, for Foco. line up earlier. Sprocket Rocket versus Wonder Woman.
Sprocket Rocket slams into the Foco wall, and they do not care. There was no move there.
It's a good first step also for Wonder Woman. Just able to push forward the Humboldt blockers, able to dig in and stop. There's lead jammer, Foco. So it looks like Humboldt's going to go ahead and swap one blocker out of the box and one blocker into the box. Wonder Woman just
a two-blocker swap.
That was a beautiful push right before turn 2. Wonder Woman putting 4 points on the board.
Humboldt just getting out on their initial pass.
So Sprocket Rocket was approaching. Jam is called off. We're going to see 3 points. That is a 7-point jam for Foco. That puts Redwood Rollers up just under 8 minutes. 71 to the Foco Micro Bruisers 45. On the jammer line, Chipatooth versus Atreyu. Atreyu looking like debating a 30-foot head start. Goes with an 8-foot.
Trying to think of never-ending story jokes. I know they exist.
Oh, no doubt.
Something about a magic wish dog. I'm going to work it into this, I promise.
Chipatooth picking up lead jammer there. Everybody's at turn 1. Foco blockers headed to the box. Pack moves past 2. Chipatooth comes out. 4 points on the board. Star pass successful for Humboldt. That is going to be number 4. 4 is our new jammer of record. That's Judy Boom. Excuse me, that is not Judy Boom. That is Rotten to Liqueur. Wrong color. Rotten to Liqueur living up to her name, just shoving a blocker down. Everybody's at turn 2, and the pack stops right before the straightaway. Chipatooth working. Outside, there's the inside.
She just needs a little bit more and she's out.
Out of play.
She's going to get all 4.
And on the other side, Chipatooth also able to pick up a 4. That's going to be
even 4-4.
I was wondering if Foco had a previous pass, so 4 to 8. Hot versus 98 pounds of steel.
I'm going to go with the name is Hot because it's 420, but with my French roots, I could tell you that the name would be Hot Bow.
You got a thumbs up. You got a thumbs up, so you're more correct than I have been in this entire bout. So Hot Box pushing to the front side, taking that first step, shoving the blocker down, picks up lead. It's always nicer when we say the name correctly, and the skater can enjoy it. 98 pounds of steel, pressing forward, trying to break up just something on the front side there, inside line. Initial pass is good with the Star Stash.
Star Stash has been pretty effective in this game.
Alex, 4 points on the board, calls it a jam. See, that's the thing, as a derby announcer, I need to work on that. Yo soy de Nuevo Mexico. I don't do well with the French. I need to work on it. Some respect, like I understand.
Una mesa para dos personas, por favor.
Boss man, too legit, fancy either in Spanish or in French, on the jammer line.
Both jammers are probably looking here to get some jam in.
Boss man, centered. Great hit by Ferocious Dimples. There we go, lead jammer, Foco.
Oh, just keeping inside there for 2 to 10. On just keeping in again, and another hit, and she brushes it off, and she's out.
Fantastic move by Boss Man on the outside line, able to just kind of toe hop. Pick up a 4, does it again, this time on the inside line. 4 more points on the board, calls off the jam. So 8 points there. Humboldt. That was a good timeout call there because with just under 4 minutes, the score has swung. So Humboldt's up 79, Boco 61. It's only an 18-point spread, which is one heck of a comeback over the last few games. So we were talking about the roller pond MVP pass. The reason that was relevant, we're doing the raffle and it's at the merch table behind the scoreboard. So I just wanted to make sure, I don't need to go telling everybody we're giving roller pond passes away because we're not. You need to win it. So buy your tickets. Drawing is going to be on Sunday. Win stuff.
And we have awesome merch.
I'm not going to lie, the merch is nice. Everybody brought their merch this year.
Merch is French for merchandise.
I thought that was Latin. On the jammer line, Wonder Woman, Sprocket Rocket.
This is a matchup we have seen a few times with varying results.
Both teams have all 5 skaters out, and next whistle starts the jam.
Wonder Woman just gets pushed out. I've noticed that they like to start in the back with a little bit of speed, whereas Rocket Sprocket likes to be right on the line.
And it looks like in this case it worked for Wonder Woman.
Definitely did.
Both teams was actually for the start, lane 4, tried to take that outside line. Sprocket got pushed by the Boco blockers, actually knocked her into Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman out. Irregardless, not a word, but still. In a minute, Wonder Woman has lead, has points. 4 points on the board. 4 points on the board.
Yeah, I definitely seen that when the jammers take the same line off of the same lane off the line, you almost never know what's going to happen because it depends on what that first hit is. That first hit can go forward one jammer and completely destroy the other jammer's plan.
Derby Chaos Theory. 4 points on the board for both teams again. Wonder Woman's already back in the pack again.
And we do have a lead.
Yep, Wonder Woman had lead, called off the jam, so picked up, let's see, no points on that last pass, so this is going to be an 8-8. Both teams tying up on that jam. Score looks like 87 Humboldt, Boco 69. You're welcome, Joe. On the jam line, PK rolling, Chippa 2. Big rolling on the inside. Lane 2 works to the outside. Chippa 2 working from the outside. That tripod just riding right inside. Boco's going to send the blocker to the box. PK rolling. Chippa 2 knock it out. Recycle.
Boco down a blocker, but you wouldn't have known with that straight to that wall.
PK rolling again, able to take lead jammer. Humboldt.
Both teams now back. Both teams down a blocker, so they're even strength.
Chippa 2 able to use a good shoulder block to clear up lane 2. Couple toe stop hops. Able to clear initial pass. PK reapproaches, picks up points, calls off the jam. Looks like 3 points. So with that 3 points there, that puts Humboldt up 90, Boco 69. The lovely smile of a satisfied mid-turn announcer on the jammer line. 98 pounds of steel, 2 legit.
That is 2-2-2 legit.
2-2, 2-2-2, 2 legit.
2-2-2-2-2 legit.
Can we stop spitting on the microphones? Because 2-2-2, 2 legit, picks up lead.
Once again, so much legit.
98 pounds. Fighting against the 3 Humboldt blockers out. Boco able to release
2 legit blockers. 2 legit having an easy time on the outside there.
4 points on the board. Two legit inside lines open, tries the outside. Toe stops, 4 points.
Our rep Gappy there doing a great job keeping up with 2 legit as she's just screaming through these walls.
Wow.
Made that look easy. 4 more points.
Beautiful sweep by the Humboldt blockers to release 4 more points. 138 has taken the star. That's Unchained Melody. Boco holding on turn 4, able to knock Too legit to the ground. Outside's close. 4 points on the board for Foco. Calls off the jam. Let's see how this one ends up. 4 points.
Too legit just wanted all those points. She was not going to give up.
You're going to say she was perhaps too legit to quit?
She was not going to quit until she got all those points.
And no good by the skaters, but it's halftime.
Halftime.
So we're going into halftime with a score of 106 Humboldt, Foco 73. Welcome back. Second half, third game. 10, 11, 12 dubstep. That's a lot of numbers. More numbers on the gem line. 2-2, 2-2. 5-9-1. On the gem line. That's not fresh. Welcome back. So good. Right? That's a little break there. Boston takes advantage of that break. Takes the lead. Okay. Approaching inside line. Nice block by Humboldt blockers. Two legit still trying to get out. Here we're doing a great job of keeping that back wall moving. That back wall doing a great job of keeping that jam. Boston able to pull the defenders with the curve. Picks up 4 points. Definitely 4 points from the lead. Good off by Too legit, picking up points on the initial half. No points on goal. 8 points. So coming up at the AGM, we're looking at 106, Humboldt 81. And on the general line, Sprocket up against Wonder Woman. So it looks like we've got 2 black jerseys in the box. So we're going to pack advantage for Foco. Foco takes advantage by rolling the blockers back, pinking. Wonder Woman takes full advantage, picks up lead on the inside line. Wonder Woman coming up for points, picks up one in the back, and we are offensive help. Here's the pack, 4 points on the board, Foco. Wonder Woman lets the jam run through. As the jam looks like 2 points going up for Humboldt. 3 points for Humboldt. And 3 points for Foco.
And it looks like both teams are going to start with 1 in the box. On the jam line, a happy little greeting between a tree and a chip or two. Definitely a pairing we've seen a lot today.
Walker setting up into the pivot line. Old school start. A trading juke move to the outside. Just gets caught. Chipper 2 trying to take it inside lane 2.
Oh, a little bit of trouble. That's going to be a low block.
Look at the direction. Either way, headed to the box.
Oh, that's going to be a power jam for Humboldt.
Chipper 2 headed to the box. Forearm. Lead a trade. So power jam and lead stands.
And Foco's got 4 in the box.
So it's hard to do when you're out on an island by yourself. A trade makes the hop, puts 4 points on the board.
This is when a blocker really owns it.
Because you have to. Oh, the trade just knocked out on hips.
Oh, very strong 2-all there for Foco.
It's a great move to catch. The offensive help comes in, number 21. I believe that's on the Stardust. The captain of Humboldt. With the offensive help, both jammers on the track.
And both teams up to full strength. Oh, no, we just lost one for Humboldt.
Yep. Chipper 2 comes outside, clears initial pass. That's great number for points. Inside line, nice pop. Takes up all the time, Paul.
Calling off So that was a good move by Atreyu. Picking up the 4 points, came into a transition. So looking back, just watching Chippa approach. Right before Chippa hit the pack, called it off. Just take those extra seconds and burn a little extra energy. On the jammer line, we've seen it before. We'll see it again. 98 pounds of steel in blue up against PK. Rolling in black.
I believe that's a play on the famous author, J.K. Rowling.
Just kidding. It is a good call. PK rolling up on the front side, trying to push the FOCO blockers. FOCO drops one blocker back for offensive help, but Humboldt is reforming very well in front of the jammer and the blocker.
Humboldt definitely keeping their game going. They're not letting her get out too quick. Wow, they just swallowed her up again.
That was Judy Boom out there, number 44 for FOCO with the offensive help. PK's out, 98's out, everybody's out, and here we go. 98 pounds has lead for FOCO, approaches the pack. Right into the middle of all the black jersey blockers, calls off the jam. 2 points for both teams on the board. PK's got that, I just caught her look coming off the pad. Hot box, Boss Man on the jam line. It's interesting, in the second half here, we're seeing the blockers setting up on the pivot line. I believe people would call that an old school derby start. I'm not old school, so I don't know. Here they come. That's a little bit more what we normally see nowadays. Us kids in our 4-point grand slams. Hot box comes out, picks up lead.
It's definitely that post-early 90s Whippet era, but pre-modern era.
Pre-modern, like a good art movement.
Yes.
Boss Man removed the star, had a successful star stash. Oh,
Nasty
big hit!
And Box calls it.
1 point up for FOCO. A total of 4 points up for Humboldt. Hotbox going to walk around. A little bit of a smile after that hit, putting the blockers square on the floor. Official timeout called.
Yeah, you do not want to give your chest to a derby player. You want to keep that thing low, get lower, and definitely do not stand up straight because you are going to get a bruising.
It's one of those moments. But Humboldt has merch?
Please
Humboldt
go check out
merch.
Humboldt merch.
Humboldt merch, put your hand up. Hey.
FOCO does as well.
FOCO has merch. Go to the merch table, everybody.
What is cooler than walking around with a varying amounts of derby shirts?
I'm actually kind of known for it back in Albuquerque.
Right? There's nothing more cool than that.
And there's nothing better than telling people what that Evil Dead shirt is. Thank you. On the jammer line, Sprocket Rocket, Wonder Woman. Sprocket working to the inside, pushing.
Oh, very strong walls here.
Props to the FOCO there. Sprocket was trying to push, especially on that curve, trying to push the blockers into the track. They're able to hold Spring Wonder Woman for lead. But Sprocket Rocket takes the offensive help, comes out, both jammers in scoring position. Wonder Woman picks up the points, calls off the jam. 4 points. Blue team.
I'm going to give MVP for that jam to number 20 on FOCO, Dead Zeppelin, for that amazing O.
Love it. Love giving the blockers their props. On the jammer line. Chippa Tooth, Atreyu. Y'all know each other. Hello.
This one's definitely the funnest pairing we have up here in this bout.
Chippa always seems surprised and happy to see Atreyu out there. Atreyu's happy to see a lane one open. Whoa!
Say Chipper is very Chipper. Not on the mic, I don't.
Chippa working the outside line. Humboldt trying to use lane 4's outside line to hold.
Number 37 giving Atreyu a little push there. Unfortunately, didn't get past that the FOCO wall.
Little malfunction with the equipment. Had to tie his shoelace there, number 37 in black, but they still, Humboldt's blockers were still able to hold, even missing one. Chip was trying to push forward, one more to beat. Lead jammer, Foco.
Both walls mixing it up between turns 3 and 4.
Atreyu knocked down to the track, or knocked out of bounds, recycled back. Atreyu trying to come up the center, trying to split the Foco defense. Great job by the blockers, 3-1-7 up there. That looks like Majestic was able to avoid the multiplayer, dropping the arm at just the right time and replacing it with a shoulder for a legal block. But Atreyu was able to come out after a full half of track there. Picks up initial pass. Chipatooth's working on points. Calls the jam. How many are going to go up? 2 points, Foco. Fantastic work by both sets of blockers, holding that off that long. So that puts us with 21 minutes left in the game. Humboldt 127, Foco 97.
Humboldt's number 37 Catastrophe was doing some amazing wall destroying, but that Foco wall just kept reforming and keeping that jammer in.
A rather amoebus move sometimes. 98 pounds of steel. Too legit. Too legit. Knocked out of bounds. Doesn't have to worry though. Comes back in behind the blocker. Takes the inside line. Lead jammer, Humboldt.
Foco still fighting up front to get out of the initial pass and is successful.
Looks like we had an illegal position penalty called against Foco. Blocker. Too legit's got lead. Calls off the jam. No points, Foco. 3 points, Humboldt. So Humboldt just able to pull away just a little bit more. 130-97. In black, PK Roland. In blue, Boss Man. Looks like one Foco blocker in the box, so a slight pack disadvantage. But the way these two teams have been playing, 2 blockers and 1 blocker, getting a lot done. Bossman knocked just outside 1 foot, able to come back in with a quick step. Working the Humboldt defenders on the backside. Great move on the inside line, able to step over almost the entire pack. Bossman, lead jammer.
Both teams set up bridges, but Bossman was just able to push right on through.
PK Roland working against one more Foco blocker. Out of plays called and released. Bossman's back in the back, working on points. PK Roland on the backside, hitting the Foco blockers. Bridge drop to make sure the packs would. Both teams drop in. Bossman's able to come out. 4 points on the board. PK Roland the front side. Looks like 1 blocker, but Foco's able to reform in front. Drops 1, drops 2, drops 3. Out of play. 4 points. Humboldt and an out-of-play block sends the Foco blocker pivot to the box. Bossman checking position on the track, working against the backside of the Humboldt defenders. PK Roland comes out. 4 more on the board.
Bianca Swagger opened up a nice hole there for her jammer, PK Rolling, and definitely got her out.
Bossman on the inside. 4 points on the board. PK Roland. Lane 3, lane 2. Foco sets in front, drops a bridge. Just able to knock out. Out of play block. 4 points on the board for PK. That had to be a high scoring for the both of them. Waiting for the points to come on the board. 1 final point. That's going to put us at 12 points for Humboldt, 9 points for Foco. Puts us at 142-106 in favor of the Redwood Rollers.
A nice high-scoring jam there for both teams.
Good old rolling whistle gets everybody back on the line. On the jammer line, Wonder Woman versus
Rocket Sprocket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait.
Sprocket.
Rocket.
Done that twice myself. Sprocket going to the front side, able to come through. Picks up the Foco blockers. Everybody's catching up. We just got a mash of skaters.
Foco loses one to the box. Humboldt gets recycled.
Sprocket working on the outside, just knocked out of bounds, but able to step back in.
Rocket with some fancy footwork gets by the blockers.
Wonder Woman, lead jammer. Here we go, jammer sprint. Sprocket's right there. Wonder caught her. Wonder Woman takes the outside, pushes the blockers just enough. Inside lane 1 was open. 4 points on the board. Sprocket Rocket able to clear a couple. Ref penalty whistle got a couple blockers looking up. That sprung both jammers again. Wonder Woman's picking up points.
And calls it.
Little bit of a caravan to the penalty box there. We're now going to start this next jam with 2 blockers from either team in the penalty box.
2 blockers down is a great way to start a jam.
If you're going to go to the penalty box, take a friend. On the jammer line, Hot Box up against Chip-a-Tooth. I think this is the first time in a while we've seen Chip-a-Tooth out there without a trade.
Sometimes you got to spice it up.
I'm surprised Chip was not. So we got 2 blockers set up.
This is going to be high-speed jam here.
Chippa takes the outside. Humboldt able to come outside. Foco's blockers going inside. Chip-a-Tooth called on a back block, headed to the box. Hot Box picks up lead and the power jam.
That'll happen when you come in too hot. Sometimes you just don't aim it right. The hit. You don't aim the hit right.
Hot Box passing turn 1, turn 2. Packs moving, trying to protect points. Hot Box able to pass 1. Only had to get 2 to get 4 points. The Foco blockers, give them credit there, kept getting right in front. It was only the 2 of them, but they were able to just get one in front of the other. I'd like to say reform, but it's hard to reform when you're out there when it's just you in that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to reform with yourself.
Mentally. Hot Box is back on the front side of against Foco.
Hotbox is delivering massive hits, but his Foco blockers are just taking her. Taking it and giving it back.
On the backside, Chip-a-Tooth working against the Humboldt blockers. So it's kind of just a different in styles here. Foco's able to put, they just keep getting in front, whereas Humboldt's tripod was just not breaking. Finally, Chip-a-Tooth is able to come outside on the curve here, turn 4, clears initial pass.
And
Hot Box calls it. That was good. What, about a half a track that Chip-a-Tooth was working. The bench was calling. Hot Box, actually, I think knew exactly where Chippa was at that moment. Waited till the last moment, called the jam, puts 4 points on the board.
sometimes the jammers just know what they're doing.
It's a good sign.
Yeah.
Humboldt catching the last moment. 1 blocker in the box, able to pull 1 off. Two legit.
Got some shuffling of the walls there right before the whistle.
Up against 98 pounds. So Humboldt setting the tripod again, trying to build a form. The Foco blockers were set up, just kind of doing their fluid motion. Broke up Humboldt for a moment, but just long enough. Too legit comes out. Lead jammer. Coming for points. Too legit past 1, maybe 2.
98 pounds was getting some great offense from her team, but they just had to let her have it.
Still
Do it
just,
herself.
Yep, still just working back and forth. A lot of credit. I'm seeing some great blocking today. They're just able to keep moving. There's the symbol by all the refs. Wow. 138, new star. Unchained Melody is the jammer. Too legit pushing forward. Clears the pack. 4 points for Humboldt. Unchained Melody coming up, trying to score points as pivot on the star pass. Outside line.
Pick up points there.
Good for 4.
Chuzit does a slide in. That is not a good way to pick up points.
So it looks like number 96 from Foco's headed to the box. That's Jacqueline Hyde. Coming through. Unchained Melody. 4 points on the board. Too legit comes through. 4 points and calls off the jam.
Foco's going to be starting with 3 in the box.
16-8. There's another big high score from both of them. But again, advantage to Humboldt there. That puts us at with just 12 minutes left in the second half. 170 Humboldt, 122 Foco.
PK has 1 to beat. And they are able to get past and pick up lead.
Boss man working on the backside against the Humboldt defenders. Taking advantage of the packed advantage. Humboldt PK rolling. There it is. 4 points on inside lane. And I'm not seeing a star on helmet, but I'm seeing one waving around, so it looks like a successful star pass for Foco.
Yes, our pivot for Foco successfully, and that's Shirley.
Slowly but surely.
Nothing.
PK comes out, 4 more points, Humboldt. Slowly but surely in the pack, working on points. One last nice hop to avoid the hit.
But the blocker goes down, so she's in the clear.
4 points, Foco. PK coming through, 4 points, Humboldt. Calls off the jam. So again, another long jam, able to run it past the 1 pass. Looks like 12 points for Humboldt, 4 points for Foco. Good matchup here from the teams from Humboldt County, California, and Fort Collins, Colorado. Home of the Colorado State University Rams, who've been beating my New Mexico Lobos pretty handily lately. Wonder Woman versus Sprocket Rocket.
But to be fair, everyone does.
Oh. Weather boy.
I don't even know what sport he's talking about.
Rocket, working against the backside of the Foco. Lead jammer, Wonder Woman. You wonder why I'm a Derby fan. Wonder Woman coming around. Inside lines open. 1 blocker pass. Humboldt reforming right in front.
Both walls doing a great job keeping the jammer back.
Humboldt
bridging out.
Humboldt dropping a couple bridges at once. Didn't need both of them out there, so one went back to work offense. Still trying to spring. Sprocket out. Sprocket outside line. Able to clear initial pass. Wonder Woman, though, back in the pack. Humboldt blocker setting up all 4 together. Wonder Woman calls off the jam. So it looks like 1 good pass of 4 and a good pass of 2. That's going to be 6 points for the blue team. Foco.
All right, we've got our happy smiley jam line back.
Oh, let's see.
Chippa and Atreyu.
Chippa's there. Has Chippa seen Atreyu yet? Well, I hope so. Atreyu's right in front. Hi, there it is. Okay, good. Chippa 2, Atreyu on the line. Blockers come back kind of ominously on that one. Everybody cycles back from the pivot line to the jammer line. Atreyu's not met behind the jammer line. Chippa 2 kind of just waiting patiently for a hole to open up until, boom, just springing out. Picks up lead.
Chippa got stuck there, so they just acted like a blocker.
That may be my favorite move I've seen a jammer do in a while. Atreyu comes out, so Chippa got lead and was immediately called for a cut. So we're gonna go 2 minutes, no lead jammer. Chippa turns to the ref and goes, was that a cut? And gave the hand signal. The ref says, yeah, go to the box. Atreyu now with the power jam, but is not lead. Again, we're gonna go 2 minutes. Atreyu cycles out. 4 points on the board.
It almost never is a good thing to self-report. The refs are doing a great job. We definitely don't need to help them out there.
Atreyu outside line, able to stop before being knocked out. Up in the center, lane 3, no pack. Atreyu's through, out of play, forced in the front. 4 points on the board. Chippa's back on the track.
Oh, Atreyu just blasts through.
Woo. Both of them come through. So Chippa's able to clear initial. Atreyu's got 4. 2 jammers give each other a little word on turn 4 and then pick up their speed again. Pack is flying. Got some lovely mouth guards on these two jammers. They're showing us plenty of them. Coming around with a smile. Everybody's looking for points.
Oh, nice move by Treyu there, but Foco didn't fall for it.
Woo! So Treyu able to pick up the points, but yeah, the Foco blockers in blue just able to hop in front, didn't give up on the play, ended up meeting on the half a track later on. 4 points on the board, Humboldt.
And that'll be the 2 minute.
2 minute jam. So going back to Chippa, checking on that cut, I'm not a huge fan of jammers showing their points to the jam ref. That was the first time I've seen a jammer show their penalty to the jam ref to confirm it. I like that. I could get down to that. Too legit. 98 pounds of steel.
But you know when you earn a penalty and you know you earned that penalty.
Or when you earn lead, Too Legit comes out. Big ups to the jam ref there. Jam ref had to catch up with Too Legit, completely kept eyes on the play, called the lead. Now putting 4 points on the board. 98 pounds coming through the pack.
Jam refs are what make this sport a sport. We wouldn't have scoring if we didn't have jam refs.
Great move by Too Legit. Too Legit enjoyed that. Little apex help right after turn number 2. Able to hold control for about 20 feet, then slid to the knee pad, but had picked up the points and was clear of the pack at that point. Too Legit coming again. Outside line, inside line, 4 points on the board.
Too Legit just using that momentum, getting right through the pack.
Humboldt blocker setting up in front of 98 pounds again. Foco blockers set up for Too Legit.
'98 was able to do that successful star pass, which is going to force the call off.
Looks like Unchained Malady taking the star there. That's a 24-8 jam. And we didn't look earlier. I looked, but I didn't say it. It was a 20-4 jam earlier for Humboldt. So Humboldt's putting up big points here in the second half. That's putting us with just under 5 minutes left. 2:06 Humboldt, 140 Foco. Official timeout.
That was a legit scoring for Humboldt.
Was it legit enough or was it too legit?
It was almost too legit.
Wow. Humboldt's going, there's no such thing as too legit except our jammer.
That's 2 with 3 O's. Too legit.
TWOO. The question is, can you still do the too legit to quit?
I never could.
Yeah, I was that guy.
I'm going to say I was 6. That's just a rough estimate.
Quick survey in the building. Who's old enough to remember when MTV actually played M? Hotbox, we need to stop talking. You need to
I'm not really sure what you're talking about, Barth. MTV2 doesn't even play M.
There was a time. There was a time before the Kardashians. There was a time Ozzy Osbourne was known for music, not his family. On the jammer line, Hotbox. On the jammer line, Boss Man. 5 seconds on the clock.
All right, both jammers way in the back. A little bit of a switch up there.
Pile up.
Big pile up. Oh, bodies everywhere. Blocker's doing a great job there.
And it looks like a illegal contact penalty against Hotbox. Power jam, Boss Man.
But Boss Man did pull the star, so there will not be a lead.
I think Boss Man actually kind of owes Peaches and Scream from Humboldt a little favor there. Boss Man's skate was just barely out of bounds. Peaches and Scream put the hit, knocking her completely out. I don't know if Boss Man would have avoided the cut otherwise. But it doesn't matter. Boss Man clears initial pass. Here we go. So this will be a 2-minute jam.
And both jammers about to be back on the track.
Boss Man, 4 points on the board.
Oh, a lot of power there from Hotbox. But that focal wall is just not giving an inch, taking some pounding.
Hotbox won't give an inch. She'll just take a blocker out, does that, and puts the points up. Excuse me, not points. Clears initial pass. Now everybody's in scoring position.
And there's going to be scoring for both teams now.
And just like that, high block penalty called, sending Bossman to the box.
So a power jam swap.
This one's going to be a little rough because Bossman is going to sit with about 17 seconds left in this jam. So this, unless Hotbox draws a penalty, this will lead to a power start. But Hotbox isn't worried about that now, trying to put up points on this jam. There's a back block penalty called right before the 2 minutes there. This jam is over. 7 points Foco, 4 points, 7 points Humboldt. Wow, so after a 2-minute jam, 7 points all. Again, that's another one as a blocker you can hang your helmet on. Sprocket Rockettes going to go ahead and take the power start for Humboldt.
Both teams crowding the line.
So some offensive help by Humboldt there to spring Sprocket. But again, these blockers are just reforming so well. Sprocket comes out though, picks up lead for Humboldt.
Both teams back with their jammers. But Humboldt's down 2 blockers now.
Bossman taking the star off, coming through, able to clear initial pass though with the star stash. Sprocket working the outside line against the Foco defenders, being pushed back in toward the center of the track to lane 2. Lane 3, lane 4, knocked out of bounds, recycled about 5 feet.
Foco blockers doing a great job of keeping Sprocket from scoring too many points.
Both jammers able to come through. Bossman took the inside lane that was open because the blockers had floated over. Sprocket's able to take the same line. 4 points both teams. Apex jump!
Oh, big hit there.
And a hit.
Both teams back to full strength.
So Bossman was excited about the Apex hub. Sprocket, though, taking the hit, calls off the jam. 4 points for Blue.
Definitely going to freeze out that last scoring pass for Bossman.
So it looks like 8-8. Less than 1 minute. You would assume this will probably be the final jam.
More than likely.
And on the jammer line, PK Rowland versus Wonder Woman. PK takes a look at the clock, debating what to do. Should lead jammer be theirs? Wonder Woman, though, taking the inside line. Lead jammer Foco.
Right through the pack.
So with the score as it is, and again, the rankings going into this, Humboldt was 111, Foco 117. 2 close teams here. I just can imagine Wonder Woman's probably going to run this the full 2 minutes. Whistles all around. Looks like both teams are going to send a blocker to the box. PK's out with the star stash. Wonder Woman's out with the 4 points. Nice offensive help by Zombie Stardust. Just sent it to the
big
center of
hit
the
for
track.
Wonder Woman.
Nice.
Wonder Woman giving a little twist and calling it off.
This is why I'm not an announcer, not a coach. Foco calls it off. Wonder Woman calls off the jam. 4 points on the board. 3 points for Humboldt. So unofficially, that's going to put us at 228. Humboldt, 167. Foco. Wait for that final whistle. So another really good matchup here. About a 61-point spread on the first game both of these teams have played on day 1 of Dust Devil. That's the final whistle. So again, that puts the final score at 228 Humboldt, 167 Foco. Ooh, that's a good one.
That was a brutal one.
Oh, man. I'm tired, and I'm just sitting here watching. All right, so we've got coming up, if I am not mistaken, and I shouldn't be because the program's in front of me, juniors. So these Saddle Brats from Tucson against the Cherry Bombs, Cherry Bombs from Los Alamos, New Mexico.
Great song.
Great team, too.
I'm sure.
Love these little ones.
I've actually reffed the Los Alamos team.
Nice, very nice. So we're going to see the juniors action here. So this is the final game of the adults for today. So we're going to start up tomorrow at 11 o'clock Pacific time. It's going to be FOCO against Duke City Roller Derby as Muñecas Muertas. So that's how we're going to start out tomorrow. Ooh.
Too legit with the shout out for the announcers there.
Hey.
We did a good job.
I appreciate that. Too legit to quit. All right, my name is Party on Barth.
And I am Thrash Panda.
Stick around for the juniors. We'll be back.
Speaking of juniors, we've got about 35 minutes to that next bout. In the meantime, the Derby Brats have a merch table set up and they are doing a raffle. You can win 5 Jersey Mike subs. 1 raffle ticket for $1, 8 raffle tickets for $5. Drawing will be at the end of the intermission of the last game. So go over to the Derby Brats table. They are having a raffle. Buy some raffle tickets. You can also still get raffle tickets at the merch booth for the RollerCon MVP passes. So spend all your money on merch and